out, I would be speaking about the applications of artificial intelligence or AI in the Islamic finance industry. Now, artificial intelligence is a very pivotal technology which will have a very, very big impact on the entire financial industry. And it is estimated that by 2020, artificial intelligence will save approximately more than $1 trillion. And big banks, like, they are spending around more than 1 billion per year on regulatory compliance. And the current pandemic, if you notice, the COVID-19 has made on-site inspections of financial institutions difficult. And the financial institutions are moving to virtual platforms if they have not done already. And this is generating a large amount of data for supervision. And if you look around yourself, whether it's your smartphone, whether it's your social media account, basically what each of us are doing is generating lots and lots of data. And this data is being used by tech giants to monetize and enhance their own revenue. And artificial intelligence is a key technology that is behind all these initiatives. And when we talk about data, so we are living in a world that is essentially being governed by data, and data is the fuel for artificial intelligence. And I'll try to just embark on a few applications in different areas in Islamic finance. So when we talk about front office, we think in terms of like credit scoring or chatbots. These are all empowered by artificial intelligence. And credit scoring, like if you think in terms of many Muslims who perhaps live in countries that do not have Islamic financial institutions giving loans, and they are ineligible perhaps to get a loan from a conventional financial institution because they lack a credit score. So artificial intelligence can be used to assign a credit score to these people by using perhaps the transaction history or the social media that is generated by social media data that is generated by them. And it is like it has been analyzed that these alternative credit scoring methodologies are much better and more accurate in predicting risks than the conventional ones. Now, when we talk about takafful, which is basically Islamic insurance, artificial intelligence, among many other applications, can really prove to be beneficial. When you think in terms of, you have two pools. One is the investment pool, and the other is the pool where you have the funds with which to help everybody to support each other in times of need. So AI can really help to predict the amount of funds that should be allocated to each pool. Then, and of course, this is done by using historical data or past data that is accumulated. Then when we think about chatbots, of course, I'm sure most of us are aware of this. Most of us are using it. It's being increasingly used by e-commerce platforms. And financial institutions can definitely and should use these to help people have a real-time feedback to their queries, especially in Islamic finance when it comes to questions related to Sharia. Then talking about the middle office, we have the anti-money laundering and the counter-terrorist financing. Now, AI can really help in this. What can be done is that the transactions can be monitored, and AI can be used to detect patterns in this transaction history, perhaps that human observation cannot see, and then it can point out, that this is suspicious activity, and then it can also alert and raise triggers based on the gravity of the situation. For example, an activity requires instant attention by the personnel. So this can be done through AI. Then when we think in terms of know your customer, which is very, very crucial nowadays to prevent unauthorized users from gaining access to your network resources, then artificial intelligence can again prove to be very beneficial. You can perhaps use facial recognition to implement automated KYC solutions. Then when we talk about sentiment analysis, this is something which is being used increasingly nowadays to gauge the public opinion regarding a certain product or service. And again, artificial intelligence plays a pivotal role here. It can help you to gauge the public opinion regarding a particular product, the deficiencies in it, and how it can be improved. Then coming to back office, then here AI can really help to streamline processes, perhaps create or find new opportunities, and then enable you to use the data to take informed decisions regarding the capital optimization. Then again, when you talk about the market impact, then whenever a large amount of money is being traded or a big action is being taken, then artificial intelligence can play a very important role in helping you schedule those actions. Perhaps it's a trade decision. So perhaps two trading tasks should not be coupled together to maximize market impact. And all these insights can be used by, can be gained by using AI. Then nowadays, financial institutions are increasingly using models. Now, what happens is that if a model is not valid, it can prove to be not so good for the financial institution. So artificial intelligence can help to validate these models, verify that the outcome is as desired by the organization. Then coming to asset and wealth management firms, they have large amounts of historical data, which again can be used by artificial intelligence to give insights. For example, asset managers can use artificial intelligence to manage portfolios. Then you can have a service of robo-advisors, which can help people in their investment decisions. Then coming to regulatory technology, like I mentioned before, that the banks are spending a large amount of money on complying to regulations. So what can be done here is that you can use machine learning, which is a subset of artificial intelligence, along with natural language processing, which again is a subset of artificial intelligence, to help to automate the compliance to regulations and to ensure, like you monitor the communication channel that is in-house within the organization, and see whenever any lapses occurring because of not adhering to a certain regulation. And this can be readily achieved by using AI. Then along with RegTech, what I saw is that we have another aspect in Islamic finance that needs to be taken care of in terms of compliance, and that is the Sharia. So I propose that there should be something known as Sharia technology, whereby we use technical tools and aids to automate the process of compliance to the Sharia. And maybe we can name it SHA-Tech. Then coming to supervisory technology or subtech, this basically is the RegTech for the regulators. So you have the supervisory authorities or firms that are watching over the regulatory firms and seeing whether the regulations are, whether the regulatory bodies are really functioning as they should or not. And they are getting data from these regulatory firms. So what can be achieved using artificial intelligence is that they can have a real-time feedback. Then they can help to see which regulations are not being properly adhered to, and perhaps based on that they can come up with new regulations to support the compliance procedure in a better and in an automated way. So I think artificial intelligence is something which really needs to be at the core of every financial institution in the Islamic finance industry. And it is something for which we should have trained personnel. And if they are not in the organization, then they should be recruited so that the Islamic finance industry is at par with the tech giants that are dominating in the world. And I think I'm done with this, Shaima. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Nada. I think that was very interesting insight, and hopefully that